Good morning. So I've realised that this morning that for every day that I keep doing these videos, my hair and my beard are getting significantly longer, and it's getting to a point where it's almost now uncontrollable. I tell you what, best thing about getting out of lockdown is going to be getting back to the gym and getting my beard and my hair cut. So apologise. What I wanted to do today is I wanted to go through a concept which is probably one of the most frequent things that I see in my office, especially since we've been using the posture screen. We can actually now measure this and see how bad it is on someone and how much of a weight change distribution it makes, which is the anterior head carriage or the forward head posture. Essentially, the forward head posture is characterized by someone, when you look at it from the side, where the head starts to project forward. Okay, now for every inch the head goes forward, it actually almost doubles the weight of the head, and it's a compounding effect. Now, when we look at something like a forward head posture or an anterior head carriage, we call it a crossed posture. The reason why we call it a crossed posture, we have a similar crossed posture in the lower back, which is the anterior pelvic tilt. But a crossed posture essentially looks at muscles in a cross to each other. And what we tend to see is that we have crossed weak muscles and crossed tight muscles. So it looks something like this. So we've got the cross, and what we'll find is we'll have two weak muscles and two tight muscles. Okay, now the weak muscles are the deep neck flexors. They're also the rhomboids. So the rhomboids are in the upper part of the back. The deep neck flexors are in the front. So you've kind of got this area here at the front, and then this upper back area here. Okay, and then what we're going to have is we're going to have this tightness effect, and what we have is a tightness in the pecs, and then we have a tightness in the traps. Okay, so we have this tightening in the front here, and then up the back of the neck here. So what happens is, by having that tightness at the back of the head draws back. Having that tightness in the chest draws the chest down, and automatically then the muscles here and here are lengthened, and they're lengthened so much that the fibers cannot pass over the top of each other and hold each other to pull. So when you get a muscle that goes too long, it stops it from being able to properly contract. So what we end up having is this really far forward projected head, and obviously depending on the level of imbalance will start to depend on how far it's gone. So like I said, you've got this crossed posture. You've got tight lower front, tight upper at the back, and then the opposite, you've got weak upper at the front and weak lower at the back. And like I said, it starts to bring us over into those areas. So realistically, for anyone with a crossed posture, what you want to have a look at is strengthening the two weak areas and loosening the two tight areas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a second part to this video where we're going to go through the stretches.
So wall, we're going to take our hand on the wall, fingers pointing behind us, hands slightly higher than shoulder height. We're going to take our chest, and we're actually going to turn away, turn our face away, just really open up chest, all down on one side, just holding anywhere 30 seconds up to a minute. Once we're comfortable, as we do, take our opposite hand, same position. Just going to turn that chest away. Just trying to turn your body in the opposite direction of where your hand is being held. Again, like I say, anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. Really hold, deep hold. You should feel a nice long stretch across the front of the pecs. Actually, with the pecs going tight quite often, it's quite common to go into the biceps as well. And with the biceps, both the chest and the biceps shortening, what tends to happen is those shoulders roll inwards. So by really opening that up, you're going to give that a lot of extra room in the chest. It actually helps bring the chest up, can actually decompress.
The next exercise is probably one of the most common exercises I give in the clinic. It's literally just a postural hold, so it's getting you to pin the shoulder blades back and down and then just hold it. Simple. So when you do it, you want to imagine your shoulder blades are tucking into your back pocket. So rather than shrugging up, they shrug down, which is completely the opposite to what we want to do in this exercise. Is shrug. You don't want to shrug. So the reason you don't want to shrug is that shrugging is going to further tighten up those trapezius muscles, and that's exactly the ones that we're trying to inhibit and get those rhomboids to work instead. So the trapezius element of this series is really easy. It's just a basic neck stretch, which you do when you're sitting down. Ideally, you want to take the hand of the side that you're going to stretch, and you're going to place that under the chair that you're sitting on. Okay, with the opposite hand, what you're essentially going to do is you're going to take it to the top of the head. Now the head wants to lean away, so we're going to get a stretch on this side, but turn towards the side of the stretch. We're going to take the hand on top and just slowly pull away. You should get a nice long stretch down the back here. Again, we just want to hold it for 20 to 30 seconds. This hand doesn't pull a lot. It's just there almost as a support, just to help lengthen out the neck a little bit. And this hand over here wants to stay down, so it pins that shoulder down so it doesn't raise up. So if we're going across like this, wasted. We want to switch over, turn again, head on top, hand underneath, and hold. And again, you should get a nice long stretch just down here. So this last one is really common for people to not want to do. The main reason is that you actually give yourself a bit of a double chin with this one, because we're really going to be focusing on getting those deep neck flexors to engage. We're also going to look at actually trying to get some decent thoracic extension at the same time. So I always add this in together, because actually commonly with the forward head posture, not only do you get this tightness in the upper part of the neck and the shoulders, you actually get this restriction in the upper back. So we're actually strengthening the muscles here and loosening up through here at the same time. We're getting a bit of a double wham. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our back completely flat to the wall. We're going to put that chin and we're going to tuck it straight down. So you almost want to imagine there's a glide that goes back and up. Okay, so we're going to glide that chin up, lengthening our head up the wall. We're going to try and take as much of our back flat to the wall as possible. And from here, all we're going to do is try and externally rotate, just touch our wrists to the wall and hold. Okay, and we're just going to hold this for, again, 20 to 30 seconds. We can work up to a minute. If you really want to, you can work in the range and take the shoulders up and down, just working along the wall, really teaching yourself how to engage those muscles in the back part of the shoulder, opening up the chest, tucking the chin in, strengthening those deep neck flexors, loosening up over into the suboccipitals, into the trapezius, and getting some of that thoracic extension back in again. I hope this series has been particularly helpful for you. Like I said, this is a series of exercises that I probably give to best part of half of my customers, but just purely because this is just such a common thing nowadays with the amount of mobile phone use, computer use, sitting at a desk and driving that we all do nowadays. If there were 3 or 4 exercises I could pretty much give to everyone, these would probably be in there for most people. Enjoy.